You guys get hugs? 好爽欸. For us, we provide 深度.
I only talk to my wife.
Right. 大家好，我是唢呐。Welcome back to 彩虹机车。Again， 我们非常感谢你们一直帮我们分享 and like this video. Continue to do that and help the algorithm, son.
Yeah.
So, 阿伟，我问一个问题。
Yeah.
现在男生是被 oppressed 吗？
我觉得我自己没有啦。
自己觉得我没有啊，可能是因为我们的年代 like we grew up on the idea of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. All the challenges and the struggle that we deal with, that's just a challenge. 这是一个挑战的感觉啊。
Yeah.
It's like a game, right? It's like game theory. You figure out a way to get to the next level. But I think for this new generation, man, they're suffering, yo.
Really?
They have a whole different set of challenges that maybe we didn't face before. And based on this video that this trans man filmed, turns out that might actually be the case. She got woke. She got woken up to the realities of manhood, yo.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is.
Hey, hold up. Nigga, Nora Vincent told you that, dog?
Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better. They need our sympathy. They need our love.
Nora Vincent wrote an entire book about her experiences of pretending to be a man and how fucking horrible it was.
Yeah.
And 刚好, it's like in a couple of days will be the anniversary of her self-deletion because of all the struggles.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue. No idea.
She said it. She laid it out for you. So apparently you didn't pay attention, dog.
你要再多看一点 YouTube 哦。
少看抖音，多看 YouTube.
I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are.
等一下，所以你是在夜店的洗手间跟女生讲话，那就是算是 open 吗？
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but me and my guys, when we go to the restroom, we have our dick in our hand. And the last thing you want is to have a conversation with another dude while you got your junk in your hand, dog. Our goal is to get in, handle our business, and get out and then talk.
When I hold my dick, I only talk to my wife.
Right. The only question you have with your dick in your hand is, where do you want it? That's it.
We don't talk in the 厕所好不好？
I think that's just the difference between men and women. Like women that go to the bathroom, they have to sit down and it's 很舒服啊，你要花时间, so maybe they have time to think about shit they want to talk about.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like, okay, in, out. We get in, we get out, and then we carry on. That has nothing to do with openness. That just has to do with 其实有时间,
Yeah.
有空时间可以做什么啊?
Than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning.
Wow, 8 years.
Because women are just so much more vulnerable indeed than men.
So I know it's been 8 years and you're supposed to be a man, but right now 你的想法是you are like 男比女的 because men and women are vulnerable in different ways because we are different. We are very, very different. At least for us, we see vulnerability as a risk. 我们要做风险评估啊 because we want to get shit done.
And we don't show it to people.
We don't show it to people unless they're like our family. If I want to be vulnerable with someone, I'll be vulnerable with my wife or maybe my mom. But I'm not trying to be vulnerable with someone in the bathroom.
趁人家 vulnerable 的时候去占女生便宜，占其他男的便宜，骗他钱啊，
对啊，没
So
错
that's the
没错 It's not practical to be vulnerable for us.
Yeah.
But it's not about a right or wrong thing. It's about what works.
But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to like have people want to hug us. And to have people want to talk to us.
Okay, I don't think she's doing this intentionally, but she's kind of 有点呛男生的.
Really?
You guys get hugs? 好爽欸.
Yeah.
I don't think whether you get hugs or not determines how deep you are as a person. Like 男生女生有不同的 idea of 深度. For us, we provide 深度. with consent, obviously. With consent.
Yeah.
Make it clear, with consent.
And to have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you.
What? Really?
I kind of get it. I think even inside Taiwan, like most people don't commit crimes. Crimes are like a big thing,
Yeah.
right? So most people look at your outfit, they look at how you dress before they determine like what type of person. If we're going, you don't have a In America, that stereotype is very, very prevalent, and it is bad, yo.
Yeah.
Like you don't believe me? Look at fucking Jack Sparrow, yo. Look at recently Kang the Conqueror. They had their lives ruined because everyone assumed they were guilty before proven innocent. Based on what he's talking about, it's like, yeah, men are being oppressed as fuck, yo. Because the stereotype, which is perpetuated like that.
And friendships are so much harder to build. And people are colder. But I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher in men. This shit is lonely.
Yeah, for a lot of dudes, especially, it's gonna die. Man, there are a lot of people suffering in silence, yo. There's a lot of young dudes who feel like no one gives a fuck about them, that they don't have anyone that they can talk to. And that's kind of where the involuntary celibate community came from, right? The incel community.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, it branched off into the red pill. We have a bunch of dudes who have just sworn off women altogether. They're like, we don't see any use for women whatsoever. And that has to do with the fact that they feel oppressed. And apparently, that is slowly making its way here, yo.
Really?
On our previous video, we actually had a fan in our last video, Lilian down below, and he told us that his son, whenever it came down to the questions, the assumption is always placed on that the guy did something wrong. And our first reaction was, 怎么可能啊？不可能的代志啊。We actually asked him, we said, send us proof. And my man sent us proof of this shit. And we're gonna show you exactly what it says. So check this first photo. Who is the bad person in this photo? What about this one? It's the dude doing some fucked up shit. Then the third one, as you can see, it's the little kid who's a boy doing some bad shit. Let's look at another one. Now in this case, it's the girl doing some bad shit, but she's doing it with the boy.
Yep.
And they probably assume that the guy talked her into it. Yo, wait, I thought they had a policy where like they were trying to say you need to break gender stereotypes in school.
Yeah.
Well, whoever wrote this, maybe you went to school abroad, maybe you got that woke education, but what you are doing right here is you are not breaking gender stereotypes. You are reinforcing gender stereotypes, yo.
Yeah.
And technically, that shit is breaking the law.
It is.
For me, from my perspective, this shit actually oppresses men. What this is doing right here is showing a new future generation of young boys that from day one, that they will always be assumed to be the suspect, yo.
Yep.
And that is fucking wrong. And it's not just us who think this way. Let's check out the comments what they actually wrote down below, yo. As a woman, it was way easier being a woman than a man. Women and children are loved unconditionally. Men need to earn it. That is why I admire them. This is a woman who wrote this, yo.
Yeah.
The next one says, we told you, but you were so busy telling men to check their privilege and how their lives are on easy mode because patriarchy. Welcome to the club. Yeah, you get the privilege to be the villain. Hey, villain, yo, sentua.
Yeah.
Right? I like to see the villain in the movie because they usually have more interesting shit going on. But we want to know what you think. Is this shit in the kids' curriculum 太过分的吗？还是我们想太多？ Yo, to all our male fans in the comments, let us know, do you feel oppressed in Taiwan? Do you feel like society 一直在瞄准你吗？ Share that shit down below. Share your experience. Remember to like, subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace!